Cries.
Listen, Natty Sean.
Okay.
Hear the one again.
Not jumping out of the UK. Straight out of the UK. Saying, righteousness will say. Alright, pick up the 7 channel.
I saw it there.
Okay, yeah, cries.
Cries.
Daddy, okay, yeah.
Check the brand new song for 2021 out to the one called Natty Sean in Double Style. One again.
Well, it's not jumping out of the UK. Straight out of the UK. Saying, righteousness will say. Alright, pick up the 7 channel. Daddy, okay, yeah, cries.
Check it again.
Cries.
Yes, people, we just kick off the show. You ready?
Yeah, cries, oh, cries. Cries.
Tonight it's all about Isla.
Cries. Cries. Daddy, okay, yeah, cries, oh, cries.
Turn it again.
Cries. Every day we rise up problems.
Ready, man, sir?
Atrocities that never want end. Leaders of the world can't seem to solve them. When I then create the problem,
This
has to be the words of men, causing anarchy and not mayhem. Father, please bless us out of this realm. And listen, that the UK when in voice again. Cries. Daddy, okay, yeah, cries, oh, cries. Daddy, okay, yeah, cries, oh, cries.
Yes, Natty Sean on the live.
Straight out.
We got on the Facebook people, all the YouTube people, anyone there on Twitter, Periscope, Twitch. We're there. We hear cries. Check it out.
Daddy, okay, yeah, cries, oh, cries.
Lord God, send it.
Cries. Daddy, okay, yeah, cries, oh, cries.
When the man say, gone again.
Cries. Every day we rise up problems. World atrocities that never want end. Leaders of the world can't seem to solve them. When I then create the problem, this has to be the words of men, causing anarchy and not mayhem. Father, please bless us out of this realm. And listen, that the UK when in voice again.
When the man say,
cries.
Yes, DJ Reflex. Cries. Oh God. This I told the artist when he voiced it and said it. Yo, this is gonna be the start of my show every Tuesday. Every reggae show we started away up.
Are they okay? Yeah, cries.
Where the man say? Lord God.
Daddy, okay?
Yeah, cries. Oh God.
Cries.
Tonight, people, this show is going to be a different show to DJ Daddy's usual show. This is all about a little girl called Isla Caton, out of London, England. Yo, she'll fight the fight right now, people. And we have one of the representatives from the fundraising scheme to speak to us tonight. Give us 30-45 minutes of them time. We got one named Buzz. Where you there? You like with Djdaddyuk? Let in the general one called Never. No one you're exclusive. Yo, check it again. Still want more weed. Where the ganja man them? Djdaddyuk, yo, we gonna again. You ready?
Okay. Nah.
Share the live, people. Share the live. Share it. Tonight it's all about Isla. Still want more.
Just wanna tell you so that still want more.
Yes, Wilson. Big up on ourselves, yo.
Just wanna tell you so that still want more. And I'm again is a miss. Still want more. Okay, me. Then I say big up to Djdaddyuk, leading all the way with the music you play. Rastafari, this is Lucian Dennis with the chorus, say, take it away.
Yes, yes. We have to give thanks for life, dog. For real, for real. Lucy, tell them.
Wanna thank you for the blessings in my life. And I thank you for Djdaddyuk tonight.
Tell them, tell them.
And I wanna thank you.
But I'm feeling great.
Tonight, you can be to that man. Hit it like a ball.
Let's see how it drop. Rastafari. What is it? What is it?
You can kill some song and
Oh, God.
you should stay down on the corner. Everyone must obey that. The champion dance the same thing for Djdaddyuk. Running back with the little kids like Uncle Mason because they don't know, so there's no time to waste and they don't know, so the judgment we're facing now. Djdaddyuk said,
Yes, people, this is the Live and Cup Show. Tonight is all about Isla, Caton. Oh, come on, the device, you're telling them.
stop what they do. The ganja smoke, stop what they do. The Alaska smoke, stop what they do. The Tiki smoke, stop what they do. The I stop what they do.
When we got John them,
I did not
fool around with funny.
Djdaddyuk.
Tell them I get around the end of the money.
I do not feel it fucking out. Especially no Djdaddyuk. Babylon rock, stop to the shenanigans. You the sense meet me at Alaska, the Kiki, the Iris, the Cambodia. Give me the like a run up with. Let Djdaddyuk stop up in shower. In telephone, I'm trying to blow, ganja smoke, and let's have a joke. I'm saying I'm trying to go for the for make it last the hope. I said this again, sense me that was not found in a cave.
CJ, step up, pick up on yourself.
Djdaddyuk, sense me that makes you brave. Sense me that open the eyes and make you wise and realize who's foolish and who's still lies. Whoa, I said, block on the slap on the check on the walk on the stock on the from the post. Djdaddyuk, Babylon like the fire, put down blade. So them trying to quench it, cool it, rule it. But like a big shot, but I'm like razor blade.
Yes, we could go for a motion.
You know, wait, you're not trying to shake, you're not afraid, so I'm not afraid. You're still in the top of that kick you get.
So we're taking classic style, ready?
This man meditated.
What does it
Stay only I want you to be my bride.
tell it, Charlie.
Say please come back home. I've been begging you to be my side.
Oh, and if you don't bump,
I want to be
I'm not crying. Tell it, tell it.
the only person. My people die.
We say you unfair.
You're the one here.
You're unfair and Djdaddyuk, I'm not here. Step on the scene. The girl take the bed and she take the TV. It's true when we boil for me tea. We take away, I am not set yo. Every day she get up on a ball of young me. What we do with her?
We want to go. Go, tell them to go.
Yes, fire.
It's not my
You got the door.
I'm on the just a passing show.
Tonight it's all about Isla, Caton. Out of London. People follow and share the live and support the name.
Someone down where they want to flow.
But it's an old school flow. Or tell them.
Go, they want to go. Because you never find a thing man without the show. And I think it's like sit down, they gonna.
When Johnny got the ball fans, when feel and pull on it. Yes,
Sagittarius, I'm curious. Tell me your sign, girl, and I'll tell you mine. Tell me your sign, girl, and I'll tell you mine.
She already. Oh God. Shout out Alex Studio Culture Shop. Yes, Jason Wilson. Oh God.
She not ready. No girl out there, me must have it. No, I can't have it.
With the moment, everything's fun. Yes, yes. Tell them again when this is fun. Oh God. But we say I'm in Sister Angie. Yes, yes. Fuck you, wonders. When they got skills. No, just a juggling family, juggling. By myself. What you want, you're gonna get? Yes, the voicemail. People tonight, it's all about the link up with the buzz. On behalf of Isla, Caton, out of London.
I wanna know what's going on. Are you ready? I really want to.
The voice of Junior Kelly.
Ask me if I really want to. Pull up the yeah.
Cause me stay, yo, we gotta get it.
Really want to somebody merchandise. Ask me if I really come to stay for the night. Like, pull up the yeah. My share, half of there. When I say I'm dead,
let's go keep on. Pretty gotta live.
You run into my arms.
The son of the late great Alton, Uncle Christopher, yo, God, I'm getting tracking title if you knew. Yes, yes.
You run into my arms and never ever go back. You would stay with me forever and a day. Yeah, no one compares to you. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. You have been so good to me, my love.
Lord God.
So many girls come and go. Since the day I met you, I knew they were all.
We're there on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. We're there on Feeling Radio, like US Montego Bay settings.
It was love at first sight.
Lord God, we're gonna let go again.
It was love at first sight. So good at night. Looking back now, glad that somehow you chose to stay high. You were all that I dreamed of, but you're all that I need.
Yes, Mikey, where is it? We're on Insta at Djdaddyuk. We're on Facebook at Djdaddyuk. Yo, we're there.
I know the love's so real, and you're good to me, so damn good to me. You're upstairs, When the nights were cold and you needed my company, girl, me should have never leave you alone.
But the rest of them,
I was too busy being up there, but I'm not the man that you are looking for.
when we say again, you ready?
My trials and tribulations, I'm like Djdaddyuk, please walk with me.
And that we say, God again.
My enemy,
Lord God.
Djdaddyuk, they don't know me. I'm Mr. Djdaddyuk, never know.
Never leave, God again.
In every moment, in every step I take, even in my world, I never lost the faith. You always lift me up, you always fill my cup. Even when I'm wanna party, you come for the
One question for them.
waiting for your God. Oh, whenever you're gone, it seems like everybody that got up in the freaking life for them.
Tell them up there.
You know, say they're not bad, not a boy, not even a prayer.
Lord God.
And they look like woman, not hurt you, was no more in a day at time. And the love you can pay. Physical advertise the body part.
That's where you put up on your fridge. Yes, by Father. In the building.
Oh, whenever you're gone, it seems like everybody get caught up in
In the freaking life with them, I live.
you know, say they're not bad, not no boy, not even a prayer.
Them don't like it.
And they look like woman of virtuous, no more in a day that time. And the love you can pay.
No problem.
Physical advertise the body parts time.
That's where you put up on your fridge.
Dancing no more fire on fire. That's why I made a blood I run fire. Dancing the ghost of the Marcus got the book in the hand, but the finger put that on fire.
God, God. Yes, everyone in the building. Tonight it's all about. It is all about a special little girl in London. Go from Isla, Caton. People stay longer, share the life, share the live. You know, we don't usually ask, but tonight is a special night, so I hope people just please like and share. We don't care about the watch. Listen, everyone. Oh, no, it's here. Yo, tell them again, Octane. Crazy ball, it's out of town. Spare them. No, sir.
Sometimes we not live long, we gotta stay a judgment road. Live my next day, that is the life.
We not sell my soul. Come on, again.
We destiny on plan. Sometimes we not live long, we gotta stay a judgment road. Live my next day, that is the life. Satan, God bless me for share my mind with it. And you love me, never till the hope of you. You could have called it for you. My life never easy, me don't have you. This me lose black road.
I like the man says.
Street beat, send me a black you. TV ring the episode. Shut you up, make that great night and that cause I have this green. We all feel the touch you.
We want more, Boris. Sick of lockdown, yo. We sick of the lockdown. Sick of it. Where the ganja man them? The ones that Teflon. Yes, pick up the crocodile them. Drop balance. Pop a croc. Teflon, tell them. Tonight it's all about Isla. Where we get it? Don't take me just, oh God. Lord God. Where is it?
I search to win the find. Pick down every cup of the crumbs on his side. Get down the kitchen and you put that in your side. I figure that out before the sun rays. One step together as early as my white table and put them down. I'm on my bus plate. Stretch out the winter second well bars that taste sneaky then in our breakfast plate.
Where will you again? As we come again, this is the Expo train. You ready?
My Cinderella, I love the weather, you know. Don't ever be so man. Birds of a feather, flock together, that's all.
Hear them again.
Love goes. That's the way love goes.
Otherwise, the Shaka Demons alongside Clive.
That's the way love.
Yes, Caton. Natty Sean, where is it?
That's the way love goes.
You got to DJ Reeves. That was it. Boy. Can't hold me, them I try. Them I grudge me, them I try. Yo! Yes, Kimmy.
Can't hold me, them I try. Can't touch me, them I try. Can't hold me, them I try.
But we tell them again. We don't like him. Fun Satan. That was it. In this time.
Can't hold me, them I try. Can't touch me, them I try. Can't hold me, them I try. Can't touch me. You have to fit, you have to stop me.
Hear the message. We're not here.
Like a bright star shining, your love is a blessing, darling. You give me all up with it. Your love is a blessing, darling. For you, I wouldn't take it. Your love is a blessing, darling. You give me all up with it. Your love is a blessing, darling. For your love, I wouldn't take it. Twice, even if I don't want to life. All the years been together, always getting sweeter. When you cry, I cheer your pain. When you laugh, I cheer your joy.
Yes, Charlie. Pick up on yourself out there.
It's a blessing, darling. You give me all.
You know what? It's not an easy road. Not an easy road. There's someone that is confirmed by the idiot.
Many people get pushing at the rival. Many take up on this Abu rival. You're sitting here and it's not you and a little girl. See it.
Yes, John Mac, where you at? We're there.
Don't you fuss and fight in front of the children, because they do what they learn.
Tell them again.
Listen to me, people. Don't you fuss and fight in front of the children, because they do what they learn.
Teacher.
You play, show them when to work.
We're live on Feeling Radio.US, Montego Bay settings. All the way back to the UK. Get at me with that on Instagram, with that on Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, with that on everything. Djdaddyuk, we're there.
I know, they don't like it. I will not wait till they say I see was a white man, like they did to Jesus Christ by the works of the Romans. I will not wait till they say I see was a white man, like they did to Jesus Christ by the works of the Romans.
Hear the story.
Till then must know the truth. Oh yeah.
How the truth?
I know down the hill I grew. The old God and the
He said that you can number every time.
We're the King of Kings.
He plays the music of the. Yo, listen, that's it. I want to tell you love every time. Djdaddyuk. Spinning the latest hits right here. They say I promises.
Yes, the film. Shout out Mr. Easy. Yes, Janari, Kimmy Gold, Egadam.
You're smart, you're gorgeous, you're perfection inside. You're weird. There's something that you should know.
You know with Djdaddyuk. Oh, I just get through the rhythm quick. Through. You ready? Gentlemen, Future Rebellion. You ready for Natural Black Tanzara? Again.
Remember the teaching, don't skylark. Serious business, don't try laugh. So you ended up not the whole my mouth. Listen more life lost. Take your time, take it on, take it on. Let me see the solution you find. But I still haven't known who you are going to take your time.
I think I'm again. And the Fire Avenue Rhythm. Young Veterans Promotions. Babylon Yard Handy. Featuring Rash Shiloh. Big up to Stampede.
Every man should have the right to live in this society. Long as we are living the life to please the Almighty.
And that we say.
A man that's full of love and joy, I've got experience. We don't want Babylon, come bust me. Jump across them fence down. Fire in a Babylon, yeah. So help the Lord. Fire in a Babylon, yeah. John, what am I friend? Fire in a Babylon, yeah. Come to burn them down. Fire in a Babylon, yeah.
They gave starvation for our breakfast and hunger for our lunch. Murderation for my dinner from those deceitful bunch.
Tell them again.
Don't you fret, Jah will never let us down. Keep the faith, the things will be great. Jah never fail.
I know I'm called Fire King, tracking title Jar Love.
All I need is your love.
Selassie. Tonight, people, it's all about Isla. Isla, Caton, not Isla. Isla. Yes, bedroom records, yo, you beat them bad. Lord God. Yes, yes. In 30 minutes, we're making a Lord called Baz. On behalf of Isla. Yes, bedroom records, we're live. We're up on Feeling Radio, we're live on every damn thing. You know what I say? Just Google Djdaddyuk. We see, yo, we're there on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram. 3 different types of Facebook. We're there on Feeling Radio.us. Yo, we're there. Share the link. We have 30 minutes. And when you know we're past live.
Just listen to the words of that soldier. It doesn't make me turn on the highly, highly, highly.
Where the Rasta man them?
At the root zone. Everyone welcome to the root zone. Yeah, yes.
Where the man say?
Down to the south. Every county town. Djdaddyuk. Yes, I. Yes, hear me now. From me, I'm driving on my car. You hear it from afar. Roots and me, I don't be tired.
How are we doing it?
Dep on a stage show. How this you feel most strictly roots and we, I don't be tired. So I tell you, Hanya, I root you at the gate. It's our culture, and this we not forget. So where I never far, earth, moon, and star over everything else. Yeah, I say strictly roots. One boy done and I'm back in the place. It's already to make you back in the place. Now to tell nobody say I'm back in the place. You one way that you walk with that shit back in your face, alright? So what you got a clock on your waist? How much will that you get a slap in your face? Not one of the man because I rock to the face. So tell me nothing about the pop in your face. I'm not alright. To the black kid, and I'm to the west of the people like the answer I want to tell you. Why to the west of the people, you don't want to know this. I want us to sing up. Hey, hey, you know me don't just like I'm like them. Hey, who's
the wheel and turn again?
814 to the black kid, and I'm to the west of the people like the answer I want to tell you. Why to the west of the people, you don't want to know.
It's a singing guitars, railing, tracking title original dancer.
Hey, you know me don't just like I'm like them. Hey, use a knife for peel fruits and dash them away. Some of these one from Sunday to Saturday.
We don't like what? Fire panda.
I'm frustrated. Every time I make another one, shine on the tire, but not take it. Too much more, I wasted. So
let you know what God chip chop. Chucky tiger in my arms.
In my thoughts, baby, there's no one else for me. Baby, you're in love. I cherish till it's dead.
Alright.
If we have our ups and downs, I know we come around.
Ready, man, say.
Baby, there's nothing that you can want that I can give to you. I got the false connection just to prove my love. Baby, if you want that, to this has a bottom back to go. Watch your friends, when you keep because of my pocket, that's my free pocket.
Tell them real friends only.
When you keep because of my pocket, that's my free pocket. Try to mingle on it. See man, what you do that like tomorrow. Switch. Send the route to all evil. Change the pattern. Make them better than people. God give up. And I put why I do it filling up. Enough sell them soul, a clear up, and a swimming up. Give thanks to the roof of me, take the house, me living up. Food on the table for them, dinner. No liquor boy can jump up. Cause them are picking up. To want to figure some things on the road, some white picking up. We have a lifestyle and live. And so them are popping up like a laugh on the beer. Tell them already. One man out to us. If a man up, one man supposed to see. Tell them already. Watch your friends, them when you clip. That's a man, that's a man free. But you tell them.
As we move again.
Glory to die in the highest. It's in the highest.
Djdaddyuk, don't know see you're the realest junkie, and some of them are risky junkie. Them better know that I'm bless up yourself, my general.
Tonight it's all about.
Glory to die in the highest.
Tell us, see I God.
Glory to die in the highest.
Tell them again. Selassie, Rastafari. Yes, we're there.
I don't know about you, but this is my point.
Tonight it's all about Isla. Isla Caton out of London, people. We need the support.
And the master hand.
We have the big man buzz. Ready in 20 minutes. Right now we just go through the jugglings. Tell them.
we want. The kingdom we are one. It doesn't matter what nobody else is thinking.
Tell them again, Ali.
It's you and me.
Yes, fire.
Love is a gamble, but with us it's a sure thing. All we need is you.
And the sweet voice of my name. Track it tight, sure thing.
And you know, and that's all we need to know about this love. Hey, I do, and you do, yeah we do, baby, it's all about
Look at me.
waking up without you is never good enough. Empty arms can hold you. Now they long for your touch.
The Coding Kings, Djdaddyuk. You don't know when it's straight from the girl left. Bad, bipolar said that.
Tell them about it.
Take me back into your arms again. Oh, take me back to that body.
As we move on, loot on fire. Track it tight, guns get so prevalent.
All the youths that need is not the future for the better land. All the guns get so violent. I know we no violence. Good Lord, and all the guns get so prevalent. And all the youths that need is not the future for the better land. All the guns get so violent. Man, everywhere you walk, chat about the funeral again. The guns get so prevalent. Them fighting from putting down a sing fence. And all the guns get so prevalent. Them fighting for dividend. Rastaman no sleep on the ends. Rastaman no sleep on the ends. Rastaman no sleep on the ends. All the guns get so prevalent. Them fighting for dividend.
Wait them say, the Rastaman I say.
Oh my lord, oh so much skill in a one. Say that you buy it just another big gun to man. Five for them come through with them magic. If you get this money, don't be just power.
Let it escape on the rhythm.
Bless my heart, it will say you. I don't give on that wonder. And I text every day just to say you. I love you, hope that you know it. Flames in love.
How the rhythm so sweet. For the last 20.
You are my heart's joy.
What you want? Juggling or lovers? Tell me now, juggling or lovers?
Say it's over, I'll let you go. Baby, I'm not on to you, but we are inseparable. Baby, I know love that I give to you is unforgettable. Come so long, I feel you soothe my soul with your touch. Need more of you, can't get too much. The message of you, my crush. To see your man face, but there's no to start.
When the man say you can see him face, but don't know what he's thinking. Yo!
To see your man face, but there's no to start. From the action start, becomes the heart. Only a foolish dog, but at a flying bird. After flattering up lips, the fool will perish. In their heart, there is no God.
So as we move on there with Daddy Freddy, tracking title, Hot Girl Only. UK style.
Hot girl, holy. If I got no one, me not go ride that holy. Don't wanna girl.
When we say Hot Girl Only.
No go deep bad one passing through that for you. I say it for that. But I'm gonna tell you them. Hot girl, holy. If I got no one, me not go ride that holy. Don't wanna girl, we are focus on holy. It's a rolling. Hot girl, holy. If I got no one, me not go ride that holy. Don't wanna girl, we are focus on holy. Who not gonna it's a rolling.
Well, easy rap on up, I'm Mr. Easy.
Waves the easy rap on over. Yo, gone again. again. 20 minutes. I'm going to link you live with one called Buzz. Tonight, this show is all about Isla. Nicola, I hope you're well. The whole family. Everything what you do. Yo, people, we save it. You have 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Share the live and share the link. Ready, man, say. Let in the girl live.
Why you think that you're wrong? Time hard, don't cry. Never to listen to man when you have them all.
Load the guns.
Watch people think work hard in a life and leave the people.
Long time we say you don't need a gun to have fun.
Give it the gun, the video when you do that you're wrong.
Loud the night,
Dating with them, I'll be at the house.
it not work. Just tune in.
Tune in until the evening. The feel about the song to lose the weed, I would say. Come on, go with me, is how we really got to play. Tune in until the evening. The feel about the song to lose the weed, I would say. Come on, go with me, is how we really got to play.
Oh God.
Now say me play it every day. Go I'm over if you go check sister page. She give me love right away.
What she do?
When I was a youth, I used to spend 50 pence. Spend it in a paper and me spend it in a cup.
Yeah, man, said that okay. Like you enter in it. Everyone around here for Djdaddyuk. You don't know people love every time. You see me?
Tune in.
Tell them that we
The feel about the song to lose the weed, I would say. Come on, go with me, is how we really got to play.
and this is the Happy Vibes rhythm. Produced in 2018. Yo, but it's still a beat.
Love right away. When I was a youth, I used to spend 50 pence.
What him do?
In a paper and me spend it in a cup.
Alright.
$1 bill it at the color of the hill. $5 bill it at the tire. In a rubber dub style.
Where we drop it?
The song to love the weed, I would say. Come on, go with me, it's how we really got to play. Play it every night, we say me play it every day. Hip hip hooray. That's burning this love.
Let it tell us off on the rhythm.
My heart is yearning, I got you on my mind. But it's just a feeling, cause I'm falling in love. And anticipating, cause my love won't give up. Twisting and turning in the middle of the night. You make the miracles, the moon shines so bright. There is much more to love, let's keep this sunshine. My feelings so clear, oh baby, please don't be mad.
You ready? Fly again, no man. Don't cut boy on extinct. Tell them about it, Mary. And I need attention fast.
Mama Africa, how are you? I'm feeling fine, and I hope you're fine too. Hello, Mama Africa, how are you?
With a smile on your face,
Sugar booger.
just like the sunshine all over the place. Don't feel like the night, but it's dark.
Tell them again.
I live
People,
the mirror.
15 minutes, I'm linking over one called Buzz. We're live on feelingradio.us, that's Montego Bay settings. And I'm there, UK, so yo, you know what I want. Wolverhampton, Birmingham, London, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester. Yo, a unity team we deal with tonight.
Don't sit around, put on your dancing shoes. Cause darling, I'm the one.
Yes. Sir Ford, aka Ninja Ford, of the microphone now. And there is nothing those little cornflakes bad boys can do about it, or those little Mickey Mouse gangster. Send the original Djdaddyuk here.
We're not in a room boy business.
Take your brother life and you know that the right. It's time for us to unite. The road boy today won't last too long.
No, sir.
Road boy It's easy, get black problem. Standing on the corner, you just have to up your face. Disrespecting the elders, oh what a disgrace. And when you think it's peace and calm, you get a set of storm. Earthquake and lightning, you wish you never found.
Special selection for
As we move again, we welcome Christopher Martin.
all our workers. Oh well,
And the job blessing with him.
half a bread, chicken back, boiled dumpling, a cabin, no in a that. White rice with the butter pan it top like that. White rice with the butter pan it top like Father, we still have you thanks in the big hands. Some little but to me it is a lot, some still have complain and them close to the
Tell them again.
but after this, me have put food in the pot. What I realize is that, and I'm telling you, it's in you. One job is in there. One job is in there.
The voice is sincere, track it titled War.
As a man, learn to live with each other. It's gonna be wild.
Tell them again. A real question. Put down the knives and the guns. Unity we deal with.
Until man to go exist with each other, it's gonna be war. Until man stop disrespecting man, and until man stop respect the urge from the middle man, there'll be no promised land. There'll only be war.
When we say again, yo, are you ready?
War for land, war for sea, war for God, church and priest, that not preserve no peace. War for sky, war for breeze.
We got the JH Taxi Services.
War for learn, war for teach.
Where's the fire? You want to go on, gun again.
Alright then, when me tell them this, alright, well it no make sense no number. Babylon, them no business at all.
When I tune it back, how DJ Daddy play? We not play one time.
I see what's
2, 3, 4 times. Shout out Uncle Loyal Flames. Vikings production, big up for ourselves. Yes, Alfred Chaplin. One big thumbs up. That's it. Tell them.
So them know me, you not good. Things that them know we never think that they good. Hey, like a foul, them like we not good. Program we mind and I tell you we good. Hey.
Tell them Rasta can't fall.
Fighting for a cause. Oh, and life will be life and death will be death.
Yes, Lucas.
Stand up for a cause. Rasta won't fade.
We won't stand firm on the Gideon.
Words will be the same. It was that the world can be a better place for we shall be. Let's put that in again. If you feel the burden extra heavy and you can't bear it all, if the world feels like it tenders out, right in between your arms, and the battle makes you feel
I was a Dan I. Chucky Tiger Gathering of the Lions. This is the Jump for Joy rhythm. Splatterhouse Records. Tell me how we sound. What we gonna do? We're gonna jump for joy. Check the combo. What we gonna do? Ready, man, say. Junior Reed. Yes, Carver. Where the bounty fans? They're about for bounty killer. Randy Price.
Try to break me up, but together we stay. Together we stay. We must be up. Yes, I'm not liquid. It's a people go to the way.
Tell them about the fight. People, 10 minutes and we are linking up with a one called Buzz. Tonight is a very special show. It's all about the one called Isla Caton, and she is from London. And she is fighting the fight more than we would ever know. So people, just please stay locked. We have 10 minutes and we're linking up though. This show is going to be different, people. Yes, Alfred.
Fake a fake, go and hold firm, come and shake a shake. We all walk on that. Why is the hold the fake?
Tell them I'm getting busy.
What is a friend? In these times, we have to ask the question. What is a friend? If it's only money, the friendship bend down you. What is a friend? Listen up, someone that can call you family. Sometimes the word friends over.
Your beauty has no boundaries, your body is so ready. Seeing is believing, and you're the only one I see. So I will wait for you, girl. You were made for me.
See for 5 minutes. I will link up with us exclusively. It's all about Island tonight. Hope you get better soon. You have the word behind. Tell them how you're like.
Baby, I'm at crush every day. Crush every day. I love your way, your way, your way. Monday to Sunday. Baby, I'm at crush every day. Crush every day. I love your way, your way, your way. Monday to Sunday.
You remember the ring? How it's done? They can't get me down. Teeth and liar. No, sir. Teeth and liar. 5 minutes, people. 5 minutes. And the fireman can't cool, can't cool.
Them never offer. They know the son, them and your daughter. You can girls them, no give them no water. That's why we look up the fire, you surrender. Find out that them don't have no idea. On the road, them corrupt and them a walk, yeah. They take you them to wise and smarter. In the man that them cross, mama, that's for you. Find that fire. Them now go to the ground, and them do a say, now retire. I even when we know that the beer, them
a conspire. Them say love you get to you, shoot them as some thief and liar. Well, at this moment, I'm a dynamic navigator. This ain't enough now. Kick on them for later. No brother can say one straight for later. Me still on the pirates and the traitor. Turn it up like the equator. So me go say yo. Fire, fire. The man that could be down and them know said, I'm retired. Cause even when me go to the beer, them a conspire. Them say love you get to you, shoot us some thief and liar. Well, at this we make them do all like again. Babylon is burning down. And you make them burn it down.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we got the red wheels. So me a check over my next much. Yes, we got the red wheels. Yes, I know me back at too much.
Sing for 5 minutes.
So me a check over my next much. Yes, we got the red wheels.
Yes, Isla. Yes, bring a tune, people. Bring where the man set. Try Son featuring Peter Morgan. Kush Morning Rhythm.
Strong like Mount Zion. So Babylon can't never get me down.
I'm my wife, and they defend my family. Offer my political power and economic tower. They control the church and school. And if I try them very best, just I keep I depressed. I make I and I the fool. But I was come to seek and learn.
What we say about love?
I'm a man now, I'm spirit. And through the powers I man will stand firm. I never let them break my spirit. Because I am a heart like a lion.
Alright.
Spend the day and night together. You burn me. Cause I love you like the wild.
Remember the rhythm?
And I don't wanna go one day without you in my house. I wanna live that day. So let's go, baby, go. Let's go back to my day. It's like when we was on a different track. But you know what they say, it's a track. Canada is the strangest face. And life's not down to the strangest place. I know I believed before, but now I've lost the key. And I got everything you need, so baby, just dance for me.
I believe in marriage is a thing between man and man for the love of God. And I believe it when you say that you lost all faith, but you gotta believe in something, something, something. You gotta believe in something, something, something.
This is the Gold J. Cole rhythm. Try Hero.
Oh yes, oh yes. We've been waiting for too long.
Waiting for too long.
The fight is a video. Nobody living frustration, yes I say. We've been waiting for too long.
What do you want to
The fight is a video. Nobody living frustration. Free yourself. Rise up and build up your nation. And set a better foundation for the younger generation. Give them education.
If you want a good man, to be the lover and your best friend, and with your unconditional love, that's what I got for you. So baby, won't you give me the chance? Cause actions speak louder than words. Unconditional love, that's what I got for you. So baby, won't you give me the chance? Actions speak louder than words.
let it choke Fender?
Yo, Djdaddyuk, living for your Chuck Fender set. This is a warning, warning for the evil on the street. Turn it up on me as Djdaddyuk and bust them ears jump.
Where we say?
Cutting like a razor. Stepping up on the pacer, dreadful in a them laser. Yeah.
Yes, fire. Yes, where we say? Yo, the tune is low. Yo, Chuck Fender.
Them alone say that not sleep. I and I a razor, cutting like a razor. Stepping up on the razor, dreadful in a them laser. I and I a razor, cutting them like a razor. Stepping up on the razor, dreadful in a them laser. Too much injustice, the living fire talk. They are something put back the light in the dark. But not with fire, but the ugly belly shark. I want them the poor man half. For them a do with them back poor dealing. We don't know the feeling. You know, sister from the poor, them stealing. People are false, say them want some healing. We keep get more than a beating. I am a razor.
Very much.
Them like a razor.
Ready for the redeem?
I'm tired of what I did up here. From the boy out of bubbling. All when the devil try to test me, Caton now with. I tell me everything. The Almighty protect me from the wicked man's sin. I tell me everything. Wicked man can't tell me what the righteous within. I tell me everything. Oh, the man forget no garden.
No, sir. We don't need that.
Okay, the Lord really never would forget no God. The devil I'm not the friend and then we go on. The Lord is my savior, guide me.
We're not in that Satan
The
deal.
Lord of the devil won't come we slip on. Read a couple psalms and then we carry on. Almighty income money tax on. A joyful life when Jah works up upon. The devil won't have to keep on.
Just can't fight for my freedom. Hey, yo, so all when them bust up me head and I tell me kneel down, still I fight for freedom.
What we say again?
Fight for my freedom. Hey, yo, so all when them bust up me head and I tell me kneel down, still I fight for freedom. Fight for freedom. Now stop chanting till the kings of kings. Fight for freedom, fight for freedom, freedom.
What we say about freedom? Yes, people, tonight is a very special. Yes. People, tonight is a very, very special show, and I know usually I link it with an artist, but this is bigger. People, we have Baz here, who you might have seen on Instagram or Facebook, or he's quite a celebrity, you know, moves in the right circles.
Oi, let me stop you. I ain't no celebrity at all.
Everybody knows Baz, bro. Look at the live. Boom. Everyone knows Baz. So how you doing, bro? You alright?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, not too bad. You?
Yeah, I'm good. I've brought you on here. Obviously, me and you, we spoke before, but today is all about Isla. I've been saying it through my whole show. So people will just see you now, and they're expecting an artist usually. So you're not going to give us a freestyle unless you're going to sing us a song that I don't know.
I can do.
Well,
mate, I'm brilliant. If you want me to do it, I'll do it.
Go on.
I'm joking.
Go on. Any song.
You would lose all your listeners. If you got me in there, you'd lose all your listeners.
You're saying Baz is a goat, bro. You're a greatest of all time. Put him on the spot. It's all right. So we've got you here then. So Baz, who are you and where are you from? And what do you do in life to get to where we are now?
I lost you there. What's that?
Would you like to introduce yourself? Let people know who you are, where you're from, and then we're going to talk about the important subjects.
Why are you taking the easy option? That's your job. You're meant to be presenting this, and you want me to introduce myself. It's down to you. I'm only kidding.
It's all right.
Yeah, so obviously, Baz, I do a lot of charity work for Little Girl Fighting Neuroblastoma. I'm based down in the New Forest now, originally from Surrey, but yeah, I'm down in the New Forest, mate. Living the dream down here. The coast on me front door, the New Forest on me back door. Can't beat.
Wow. So then, you've heard me talk about Isla the last couple of days, and I've seen the stuff that you're doing. So how did you get involved with Isla and the whole campaign to help her?
She was mascot for West Ham back in January 2017 when we played Bournemouth. I might have been 2017, 2018 when we played Bournemouth. 2017, I think it was. 2017, I'm sure. We played Bournemouth at home, and she was mascot for West Ham, and Mark carried her out on the pitch. She had a shirt on which had Caton no colours on the back, and my family, my nieces, were abroad in Tenerife at the time, and I drove down to the airport to pick them up. And at the airport, when I came through, my youngest niece was 11 or 12 at the time. And
Okay.
she said, "Did I see the little girl that was masked got for Whack Down the weekend?" And I said, "Yes." And she went, "I want to help and raise some money for her so she can get the treatment she needs for the disease." So the summer of 2017, so it would have been, sorry, January 18 then, that we played Bournemouth. In the summer of 2017, Slaven Village, at the time was West Ham manager, invited myself and my niece to the training ground for the day. And as we were leaving, West Ham captain Mark Noble kindly gave my niece a pair of boots signed, and she said, which was her prized asset, she called them, which she decided she wanted to raffle off, auction off to make some money to give to Isla. So that's what we done. We come back from the airport the following day, we created a video, we put it out, and we expected to get like 200-300 quid for them. Tried our luck. She said if someone wants to pay £1,000 from, we'll sell them. And within 25 minutes, half hour, someone bid £1,000, paid 1,000 quid. We donated it to obviously Isla's campaign, which Isla's fight on her Just Giving page. And that was the start of it. From then, following game, West Ham were playing Wigan away. We travelled up to Wigan, took a bucket with us, had a T-shirt made with a picture of Isla on the front, her social media details on the back, her text details, and that was it, mate. We started from there. We was outside the grounds, in the pubs before, collecting up for people, asking for donations, and the rest is history, mate. Now we're here and we still do the same stuff.
So, from when you started it, and how was it received? Did people receive it well, or?
Yeah, because obviously they had seen Isla as mascot at West Ham, so they knew who she was, what it was about. They understood what she was going through, what she needed. You remember Bradley Lowry, the little boy that Jermaine Defoe took under the wing?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So Bradley sadly passed away through the same cancer, neuroblastoma. And it's a very, very rare form of cancer. It's Boyfield. I don't know the exact numbers. I'd be lying if I said so. I don't want to say. It'll only be quoted, but it is a rare form of childhood cancer. And yeah, as I say, Bradley sadly lost his fight. And Isla's still here fighting it now. She's had good times. She's had bad times, obviously. Right now is not a great time. She's still here fighting hard. And we just need to get her to a stable level, get her second lot of scans done, so we know we can get her over abroad for treatment where the trials are, because sadly the trials aren't available in the UK because of the costing through the NHS for each trial that they may have, or she may.
So the NHS ain't helping too much, huh?
Sorry?
Are the NHS helping, or?
Yeah, they are, but the problem is neuroblastoma don't have a cure. So it's all trials and it's not funded over in the UK. So there's nothing that they could necessarily do that would help. That they haven't got the trials here that Isla needs, and the trials she's had have helped, the antibodies with the chemo, etc., etc. There's certain things that the hospitals abroad out of America and Barcelona, I believe, are the leading countries. Isla's had her time in Barcelona. Hopefully we can get her back out there to try the new trials that are out, which eventually will lead to her having a vaccine in the brain, which will give her, I think it's like an 83% chance of never relapsing again. Or 83% chance of not relapsing, sorry.
I see her videos all the time, bro, and I hope I can hear, you know, because this subject's just different. Usually it's like I said, I interview my artists, but tonight it's just about Isla, so you must have wanted to get involved.
Mate, I've got to be honest, I when I was in Barcelona in 2017 and 18, 18 and 19, I went over. I used to go over once a month to visit them, to show my support.
Really?
Etc., etc. Yeah, and I've been in the hospital watching the little and have treatment, and it's heartbreaking. And I'm only a friend. I'm a friend of the family, you know, and I've stood and watched her have this treatment, and I ain't gonna lie, it brought me to tears, it broke me up. I can't begin to think what the parents go through daily. Can't begin to think, you know. Nicola's there by her side, and Mark was not at the moment because of restrictions, COVID, our dad. So it's how tough is it for him not even going to be able to beat that for his daughter? Nicola wouldn't leave her side. Nicola's been a rock. People forget what they go through, and the biggest thing people forget is they've also got another daughter, Millie, who is at home, who don't go to Barcelona when they're having all the time out there, goes to visit, doesn't stay the full time, because she's obviously got her life in England that she's got. And even like now, you know, Millie's had her mum taken away from her for the last 4 or 5 years, and this doesn't begrudge that because her sister needs it. But people forget the sacrifices the family have had to make, and that's where it is. It's tough, and people don't see them. It's a silly thing with the fundraising. It's great, and it is great, all the fundraising that happens, and it's really, really appreciated. But, you know, I've been in Barcelona, as I said. I've been in their car driving from where they were staying to the hospital, and there's 2 tolls each way each day. Now, it's €11 per toll.
I think you were saying that before when you were on the
€4 a day. I missed you, mate.
Oh, I was just reading the comments. Someone just said they missed out on the update on Isla. They just wanted to make sure she was okay. It was
there'll be, if people are watching and want to know, there'll be updates put out through our Twitter, which is at Isla's Army, and also Isla's main page, which is at Isla's Fight. But the biggest update there is at the moment, she's better than she has been. She had a blood transfusion yesterday, and her blood levels have risen. They're hoping that she can get her blood, I think it was 0.2, Nicola said. Once it gets there, they can contemplate her going home before having to go back to have more chemo. Once she's had the chemo, is then when she should be. She was due to have her second scan 2 weeks ago. Still not had it. They can't do anything to present their second scan. Once she's had that, they can have a second scan to see what the next move is. Hopefully it will be to get her abroad and get her to Barcelona or Spain, wherever it may be. Sorry, not Spain, Barcelona or America, wherever it may be, to make sure she gets the treatment she needs. And that's why the fundraising is vital. At Isla's Army, we done last month, I think it was £26,000 just through us alone. And I can't say it enough. I can't. And Isla's Army used to be what was Claret and Blue Army TV of Frankie and I. This isn't about me or Frankie at all. This is about Isla and her fight against neuroblastoma. And the only way we can improve that is people pulling the same weight. So Isla's Army is about everybody. It's all for Isla. It's not for us. There's no credit to Isla. There's no credit to Frankie. There's nothing to be hidden. If someone wants our login details, log into it, get on there and put the story out. And whatever fundraising you want to do, you can. It's not about us. We've just created it, but people can take it on for the right reasons, obviously, and feel free to do so.
Do you know, I think that's actually amazing, because, like I said to you, I followed that Claret and Blue Army, and then when it changed, the way that it changed, the way it was done as well, it was just done beautiful. And now, even though there's West Ham fans, Millwall fans, Chelsea fans, there's all sorts of football fans, but as you say, I'm seeing like captain's armbands from Chelsea, John Terry. I'm seeing boots from Arsenal, T-shirts from Arsenal. I'm seeing shirts from all over different clubs. And it's nothing to do with football. It's nothing to do with hooligans. It's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with you. Nothing to even do with West Ham, really. It's about Isla, innit? But everybody is contributing from all over. So I think for me, this...
Mate, there's no truer saying, cancer has no colours. Look at the lives that, bless him again, young Bradley Lowry touched, you know, many lives, and that boy was from up the northeast, you know, but that come across everywhere, to the point England adding captain, which is fantastic. So, you know, it's just a shame.
I think
he didn't win fight, God bless him.
I think the way the media
what an inspiration that boy's been to many people, and his foundation lives on in his name and well respected, and that, as bad as this may sound, that's the positives you can only take from it, and his name lives on, respected and He'll never be forgotten. Never. He was a great little character, and it's sad what's happened.
So, do you think we'll ever be able to get Isla back out to the football again?
Oh, but mate, she's a fighter. The girl's a fighter. She's been in remission twice. Nicola's just messaged me now. Funny enough, they've come home tonight. They got her home at 8 o'clock, and they've got to be back in hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning. They've allowed her to come home for tonight. So I don't know what to say. She's a fighter, mate. She's been very bad. She's been very bad. Nicola said it herself. She's been very worried of how Isla's been for the last couple of weeks. And she's been in fear that she's never had. I'm not going to lie to you. Nicola's been on the phone to me in tears. I've never had her cry to me before with fear. But she's a fighter. She's been there before. You know, let's remember 3.5 years ago, Great Ormond Street told Nicola to take her, and Michael, take your daughter home and give her the best 3 months of her life. She won't live past there's no more we can do. She's still here 3 years later. She's still here fighting. The girl's a fighter. She's tough. And like I said, I've watched her have treatment. And this is no disrespect to any child at all, or anyone else who's gone through this. In Barcelona, there's like little cubicles with partition walls that are just sliding.
Okay.
Not full ceilings, like half ceilings each.
Yeah.
In the cubicles, and I've watched Isla. I've been in the room with her having the treatment, and she wriggles, she fidgets, she'll make the odd sign. These other kids, and I mean this with respect, screaming, they're shouting, they're in tears. You hear it through the treatment. Isla just lays there and wriggles as if nothing's up. She is one tough kid, and she's a proper fighter. And all the while she's got her mum by her side, she will be back at football, and she will lead West Ham out again with whoever's captain of West Ham. So hopefully Mark Noble to do it again, but whoever it may be. I'm
sure Declan would be more than happy as well, though.
Yeah, mate, definitely. And listen, West Ham have been very good, and I am, as you know, a fan. I'm very much GSB out. No matter what West Ham do this season, I'm very much GSB out. But I'll give West Ham United Football Club praise. They've been fantastic supporting us. They've made great donations as a football club. Each chairman has made a donation. The football club have helped with events we've done in the past, with advertising. I'm not going to criticise them for that. I'll criticise them all day for the running of the club, but I'm not going to criticise them for what they've done for Ireland. And that's for players, staff. It was only last week. Mark sent me a video to put out wishing Ireland better.
I saw
that's what it means to them people too. They actually look and they do care.
There was one out by Snoddy as well, and Snodgrass put one out as well.
Mate, listen, Snod's a great man. I was in Barcelona. You must have seen the pictures of Mark and Snod's out in Barcelona with Nicola, Michael and Isla. I took that picture. I remember landing in Barcelona, and as I landed, my phone turned my phone on, it's gone bing, and it was Mark texting me, "Are you out here, mate?" And I said, "Where?" And he went, "Barcelona." No, he put, "Are you out here, mate?" I put, "No, mate, I'm in Barcelona." He put, "That's what I mean." He said, "We've just arrived." He said, "What time are you at the hospital?" And I said, "Nicola's picking me up." He said, "We're coming up to the hospital to see her as well." Wow. So they flew out from obviously London, Mark and Snods, to come over and see her. And yeah, mate, the rest, they're just two good guys. And Snods stepped up. Mark's done stuff, don't get me wrong. Mark's given me shirts plenty of times to auction up for her. Snods, he's just a gentleman, mate. I remember being in Tenerife in 2019, I'm going to guess. And again, got a text message out of the blue. But what do you think of this video? And he stepped up and he's got 30 grand worth of merchandise to be auctioned off for her. And that's what he raised. And just a gentleman. And always follow that story. Regularly text me now, Baz, how's she getting on, what's happening. Just a good man. Anything you need, let me know.
See, I think footballers get criticised a lot, don't they, about them spending money on houses and cars. But then you just said there, the captain of West Ham, a Premier League club, spent his own money to go on a flight, to go and see a little kid that ain't even his. And the same with Snodgrass. That's legendary, that is, bro. It's them sort of things that makes you go down in history at our club, really.
It's proper. It proves how real people are. You know, and again, Yeah, there is them examples. I can go back to, I think it was the end of 2018 season. I was still outside the ground with my niece. She liked meeting the players and get autographs and crap. And as we were outside, Mark's driven out and he's opened his window and thrown 2 shirts at me. Signed them, thrown 2 shirts at me. They've auctioned them off, mate, and donate the money to Isla. And I'm going to say, because it's only come out today, another great guy who's done a lot over the last couple of weeks, spreading awareness, is Billy Joe Saunders in a boxing ring. He also gets a lot of criticism. He's kindly donated a glove and a shirt, all signed. And tonight, he's donated 2 tickets for his fight against Canelo for us to auction off as well. So he's been brilliant. And he's done a big story tonight on YouTube, on a YouTube video, and things like that. They go a long way, mate, and they get. The thing is, people think it's all about money, and I don't ask anyone for money. I don't ask celebrities for money. Yes, and people have said this to me before. West Ham owners could pay what Isla needs. That's quite true. They could, but if they pay it to Isla, they'll have to pay it for every child.
Yeah, that's
what they do. They spread the awareness, and sometimes the awareness is more important. And listen, not being rude, I could ask you for a £10, and you could donate a £10. But if you shared it, you might have 20 people donate £1.
Yeah.
Better off for their 20 quid than your £10. And that's what the awareness does. So whenever we do any fundraising, I don't ask for anything. I never ask for above and beyond. We've done a £1 day for Ireland the other day, and raised 21 grand at that. People were donating a tenner, £100, £200. Yeah, they were. But we only asked for £1. If I'm asking for 200 quid, people aren't going to do it. But donate £1 and it reads for it. That's huge.
Yeah. Like you said, 20 people with £1, that's 20 quid. Or 100 people, that's £100.
That's what it's about. It's about putting the word out there. The little girl deserves all the support she can get. And again, you know, I can only talk on behalf of her. She's not the only child in the world fighting it. There's plenty, you know, and I hope other people step forward to help the children that they're following and supporting. And I'll do all I can to help Isla, and I always will.
Why is it not being highlighted so much? You know, like apart from people like yourself.
What do you mean?
Apart from people like yourself and your circle of people that you move with, it hasn't really been highlighted to the outside of the circle, if that makes sense. You know, all of these children that are suffering. Yeah,
I've said before, I think the fact that there's no cure over here and the treatments abroad is what causes attention. When Nicola's in Barcelona, Nicola gets phone calls very often from local news to find out how she's doing, and reporters get sent over to do that. But it's sad it takes for that, you know. And again, I'm going to say something, I don't mean this with any disrespect whatsoever. Colonel Tom, what a great guy he is, what a fantastic amount of money he raised for the NHS. But it took for Piers Morgan and Good Morning Britain to announce it on TV for that money to come. Without, he would have never got 36 million quid. And that's not being disrespectful. But if Piers Morgan reached out to, and I'm going to use me because it's what I do, to me, and put Isla's name on GM of Good Morning Britain, whatever it's called, the 20 grand we made last month would have probably been 200 grand.
Yeah,
and that's where I think the world's, it's not a great place. I don't think there's enough people to help. And it don't need your money. If you've got a platform, use that. If we can use your platform, perfect.
I think that's what it's about, though, isn't it? As long as you get the recordings and everything's kept, you can keep that. You can send that, or at that Piers Morgan, you can send it to all the people that you need to be fair.
Yeah. And listen, what I've just said, and I'm going to say it again, because someone will try and cut it out somewhere in this interview. I don't mean that with any disrespect whatsoever to Captain Tom Moore. None. What he done was incredible. Incredible. But I will say, and I'll repeat it, I don't believe he would have done £36 million without the advertising he got there. I wouldn't have done £20,000 without people hitting retweet on our social media. But I would have done £200,000 if he had retweet.
Yeah. Could have been hitting millions, to be fair, if Piers Morgan tweeted it.
And that's it, mate. And I've got to say, I don't think there's ever a right age. But there's certainly a wrong age to be struggling. And the wrong age is when you're only 2 years old. She's 6, that girl, and been fighting it for 4 years. That's a wrong age. That's not right. There's not a right age, but as I say, that is a wrong age. and it needs addressing. It needs helping.
I just don't understand why it hasn't been highlighted. Like I said, it makes no sense to me. Like everyone should know about it. I know it's a lot of pressure on Nicola as well, but I still think that everybody should know about it. That's why I brought you on this platform, so you can have this time. Come on, let people know what the situation is, and we can highlight awareness.
Do you know, I think the problem is as well, and I mean this with respect. I personally didn't know what neuroblastoma was until, God bless him, Bradley will come to the public eye and sadly lost his fight. You know, I don't think anyone knew what the metatarsal bone was in your foot until David Beckham broke his. Yeah. It takes for something big and sad to happen for that to come about. And if it wasn't for Bradley, I don't think any of us would know what neuroblastoma is now. So it's tough, mate. There's many things out there that no one knows, and I'll keep saying this, and this is with respect to Isla, but there's many children fighting, many children. She's not the only one, but she's my priority. I don't have my own kids. If it was my family, that'd be my priority. Right now, I can make that girl my priority, and I'll do whatever I can to help her and her family.
See, I had an interesting question. What was it that made you want to change your channel? Because you could have done this alongside the channel, couldn't you? You could have kept the West Ham channel and then made a new channel, but you didn't. You actually. Because
the thing is, sorry to interrupt you, but the thing is, if I kept both, people would have said it's about me or about Frankie, about us, and it never is. It's not about us. And as I said earlier on in this, you know, Isla's Army channel was created by Frankie and I. Doesn't mean it's us. If you said to me, as I've got this signed picture of whoever, Billy Bonds, to auction off, can I go on Isla's Army? I'll send you the login details. Go and do it. And that's what we want. The idea of Isla's Army is any fundraising goes through that, because it's what is for Isla's Fight is our main page, where you'll hear updates, you'll see pictures, etc. You'll hear it and see it from us. But Isla's Fight is her main page. Okay. Isla's Army should be her main page for fundraising. Isla's Army shouldn't be doing it, in my opinion, shouldn't be doing that. Don't need that stress and pressure. Let someone do it, but let it be a collective audience. Let everyone have that access. That's how it should be, in my opinion.
So where did the idea of the fundraising come in? Because obviously I know that watching a few videos, there's been certain times where Nicola's needed money, and it's like the next day she's got to fly out and go and take a trial, or you know, it needs to be here and now. So is that where the fundraising idea came from?
No, what, for Isla's Army?
Yeah.
No, it was because obviously Isla coming back to the UK meant that there wasn't fundraising needed to be done there and then because the treatment was funded. But second, things weren't looking great and she needed to start going away again abroad, is when you need to step up and realise that there is funds needed to be raised and there's a way to do it. Rightly or wrongly, we had a bit of a platform that we could use. We wanted to convert Claret and Blue Army TV's YouTube account to Isla's Army. The problem was we could never get it, and then we didn't do it for these reasons. We couldn't get Claret and Blue Army TV monetised ever because we didn't agree to it at the start. So that's why we're so desperate now to get Isla's Army to the 1,000 subscribers, to the views, so we can do it. We want to make it on a Patreon site, so that's fundraising for Isla too. But it's very, very difficult to do when we can't get the regular updates that we want to get from Nicola, because I'm not really putting on Nicola at the moment. She's got more important things to do. When Isla's having trials, Nicola has more time. She'll be in hospital every day, but she'll be in hospital for 2 hours or something. So she'll constantly be getting more time to be able to do things. And right now, she don't have that time.
I think it's just important to spread awareness, to be fair. So then to ask you then,
sorry?
I think it's important just to spread awareness, like you said.
Of course. That's
the main thing for me. So then, what positives and negatives have you faced whilst doing this fundraising?
You probably won't want to know about the negatives, but positives, I've been lucky, man. I've met some good people, but the positives are seeing the times when Nicola texts me saying that I was in complete remission. The negatives, I'm not going to get into the personal side. The negatives are when Nicola texts me saying she's not doing too well, she's had a bad night, etc. The rest of it isn't about me. It's not about me at all. I promise you, there's been very good times and there's been real bad times away from Isla's health. But the positives and negatives, I don't do this for me, I do this for Isla. So the positives and negatives would be the messages I get that she's in remission and doing good. And the negatives are when you get the text messages saying she's had a bad night or a bad day, blah, blah, blah.
So then you seem to be working on this like 24/7 from what I've spoken to you, and you literally this
Me?
Yeah, it literally seems to be like a job for you, this fundraising.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, my own work has slowed down. I've done 31 days work or 32 since March last year. I've got a contract starting on Monday for 9 weeks, and I vowed to Nicola 3 weeks ago that I've got from now till then that I can give you my full-time attention, and I will make it my job to make sure you've got what you need before I go. And I'd like to be, I say it's not me, I use this as a figure of speech. It's everybody at Isla's Arms. It's not me, it's not Frankie, it's not us two, it's everybody. And we made sure collectively we'd have what she needs to be able to jet off and pay for treatments if required until I'm back.
I saw on one of the fundraisers you did, you managed to have Betway. Betway put some money in as well.
Yeah, Betway have been fantastic, mate. So again, there's a guy at Betway, Alan Alger. I'm not too sure of his exact position at Betway, but obviously Betway sponsor West Ham. Know of Isla's story. In 2019, the guy who helps run Isla's Fight Twitter account, Sean, and I put on West Ham, ex-West Ham and celebrities against Team Isla Charity Football Day. AV Football Club raised £26,000 that day. Betway decided to help and sponsor it. That season, they done charity betting, which I was involved in, and whatever was won, they doubled. Over the season, we won $2.5 grand, and they doubled it to $5. Or we won 2,300. So it's 4-6. They decided to round it up to $5 grand. Right. And then they've got the same bet going this year, which has got quite a lot more funds in it. I think it's in 5 figures already now. Which I don't know what their deal is. If not in part of it this year. But again, with this pound for Isla Day, they see what has happened. Alan reached out, messaged me, and said, Betway, spoke to people at Betway, we'd like to contribute, and we'd like to put £5,000 straight onto Isla's Just Giving page, which was just so appreciated. They've been superb, Betway, very good.
I think it's amazing the actual people that have come together to be able to raise the money so that this little girl can have the treatment. And to be honest, I'll say, because you probably can't, but I think it's wrong that the British doctors haven't done more. But the NHS should do more. If they can do a trial in Spain, and they can do it in America, and they can do it in all these other places, why can't they do it here?
Yeah, I get that, but I'm not going to say the doctors.
Yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble or anything on the radio.
No, it's not a case that, listen, we're all entitled to voice an opinion. No, we're not making accusations, we're voicing opinions. I don't want to sit and say they're wrong, because I don't think they're wrong, because I think they try their best for everybody, but their hands are tied at a certain level. These people in Spain and Spain and America, as much as they're doing it, which is fantastic, don't forget it's being paid for. Yeah. So maybe you could do it in the UK. I don't think you can. Because I don't think it's available what it costs. But if it was available in the UK and you could pay for it, I don't think then doctors and nurses say, no, I'm not. So I can't say they're to blame, if I'm honest. And I don't think the NHS, there's obviously a reason why. I don't know that reason. I'm not going to get into it, but sadly, as it stands right now, the treatment, the trials are available abroad. Hopefully one day it will be in the UK for these kids, because it should be. I agree, it should be. And with all respect, and again, I've lost my grandparents through cancer. there comes a time in life for people when an age is enough, if that makes sense. You know, I don't agree with being able to try and help an 85-year-old, but you can't help a 3-year-old. I think something's got to come to a bit of common ground, and I'm not saying that anyone should just die. I don't think that at all. But I think there's many situations that shouldn't be.
I bet that part there where you said about die there, I bet that'll get clipped. That'll probably get clipped.
Yeah, it probably will, mate. Of course it will. Someone will do it. But I don't think there is a right age for anyone. No one should be killed.
No.
But when you look at things, when someone's 85 and lived a life, if you ask that person, they'd tell you, just leave me. I've had my time. Let me go peacefully. My dad says it, mate. My dad's in his 70s. And he went, if I make it that old and don't realise what I'm doing, stop putting me through. Just let me go. That's my dad's words.
Yeah.
You know, so I think if you ask that generation, if they've got to that age, they'd probably say, don't feed me with that. Don't pump me with that rubbish. And if that's the case, again, if that's the choice of the patient, at the moment, we have to do it. The NHS have to, and they do. And they do a fantastic job. But if there's a time comes when you can sign a consent form to not do it, that money that you spend there, maybe start investing into the kids and trying to help them.
I've said to you many times, I've wrote on your page, you're a legend, you are, Baz. The things that you do, you are a legendary bloke. Right?
Mate, it means a lot. It really does. But I keep saying it's not about me. It'll never be about me. And the only legend in all of this is the little girl that lays in the hospital bed and fights daily for her life. That's the legend. And that's the one who we all fight and pull the right way for. It's not about me. I appreciate you giving me your time tonight, for me coming onto your radio show to air this and cause more awareness for Isla. I really do. And I'm not trying to be rude by cutting you out when you call me what you just did. I'm not, mate. I ain't at all. As I say, the only legend in this is that little girl who lays there fighting. The job I do is easy. You know, I put my face on the line. I don't care. But it's the people that donate that make the difference, because it's their money. I'm only giving my time. But the true fighter, the true legend out of all of this is the little girl whose name we do it for, Isla Caton.
I think that goes without saying. You can't come on my show and I'll not tell you that you're doing a good thing, bro. You really are. Like you, Frankie. I can't even begin to fathom or imagine what Nicola's going through. So I'm not even going to try and go there because it's mind-blowing, bro. So the most important thing now, then, how can people get involved?
The most important thing, and if people want to get involved, is Isla does have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter accounts. I don't know them all off the top of my head. The only one I mainly look at is Twitter, which has got the biggest following. So on Twitter, her main account is at Isla's Army. The Twitter account that we run for her for the fundraising is at Isla's. Sorry, I'll start again. Her main account is at Isla's Fight. The Twitter account we run, which is for her fundraising, is at Isla's Army. The idea of Isla's Army is to get enough people involved to have 100,000 followers, 50,000 followers, whatever. For people to have access, it's not hidden from anyone. People to have access to help raise funds for the little girl on her fight, rather than expecting it to be on Isla's Fight, the main page, where it's not there for that. It's good for that, don't get me wrong, but it don't need to be there for that. Let people do the spade work. You don't employ a site foreman and watch him start digging holes. So, that's true. And that's how it should be.
So right now then, I think I saw on your Instagram today, there's been is it the magazine from the bowling ground, a shirt and an armband, or something from the last day? Someone's put up the match day magazine, a shirt from the old ground.
Yeah, I don't know what's been put up today. I've not put nothing up today.
Maybe I saw it yesterday. I know I saw it the last couple of days.
I've not put nothing up. The thing I put is on my Facebook.
Yeah.
On Facebook today, someone donated a program from
That's what I'm on about.
Mark Noble's. That was from Mark Noble's testimonial. The last game at the bowling, Upton Park, not the bowling, Upton Park, and the scarf from the very first game well, not the first game, the opening game at the London Stadium, which was against Juventus. That's what was given today. That's not for auction or nothing. That was given as a gift for Ireland.
Oh, okay. That's what I was on about. I haven't got a picture of it. I can't remember what it was. I was just trying to remember what I should do.
I'll tell you, on Isla's Army Twitter account, I was hoping it had been today, but it's not. I'm going to chase it up tomorrow. There will be a player's shirt from the Man City game the weekend going out on a raffle.
Wow.
Which has been kindly donated, and I'll be putting that out on a raffle. Rather than an auction, the reason I'm doing a raffle is because people ask this question all the time. With an auction, as soon as you reach a certain figure, let's say £300, £400, £500, it wipes a lot of people out. We don't want to do that. We want to keep everyone involved. So we will do a raffle, probably £10 a ticket, unlimited entries, and we'll leave it open for maybe a week, whatever. And however many have sold at that time, I'm convinced there'll be over 50. Will mean we've earned over £500 and someone will win that shit.
So do you think it's because people trust you so much, Baz? Because you seem like a very trustworthy guy to be able to do all this.
Mate, listen, you asked me about the pros and the negatives of fundraising. I've had the negatives through this. With all respect, yeah, you're right in what you said. Some people don't. I'm not really bothered what people think and what they don't think. It's not about me. I keep saying it's all about the little. I've had accusations made left, right, and centre. But the only thing I say is I'm still here 3.5, 4 years later. That's raised 300 grand for that little girl. If I weren't trusted, I wouldn't be having £20,000 in my PayPal account for that little girl for a month without her mum or any family questioning me, chasing me, and not even her family. The leading charity organises the Bradley Lowry Foundation. So when you say trust, with all respect, that you always get some haters in life and they can carry on. Their opinion means nothing to me. You know, a lot of them are people that see me every week at football and walk past me, never say nothing. That's their choice. They've got to live with themselves. But the trust is there from the people who it needs to be there from me. Anyone else, I could get a day on question from Nicola, Michael, any of the Caton family, any of the Hook family, or the Bradley Lowry Foundation, is the day I need to worry. And that day won't ever come, and it never has been.
That's amazing, bro. So what can we do after these COVID restrictions? Should we put on a little dance for Isla? Try and raise
What's
some.
that?
I think when the restrictions are lifted, me and you need to talk and put on a dance or put something on for Isla. You know, try and raise some money that way, play some music and raise some money.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely, 100%. We put a night on somewhere or something, sell tickets to a venue, get some of your DJs down if they're enjoying it, and have a good crack, have a fundraiser, and hopefully one day, mate, we can do that party and Isla will be in the building with us as well, enjoying it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. So then, I didn't know what this was until 2 weeks ago when I saw the video. So what is it that she's actually fighting against so people can understand?
So Isla's got neuroblastoma, which is a very rare form of childhood cancer. She's been fighting it for 4 years, since the age of 2. And sadly, there's no cure for it as we speak. They're working on different trials all the time, and she's had quite a lot of trials that have helped her, got her into remission. But the trials aren't available in the UK. They're available overseas, and that's what we need to do, make sure we've got enough funds in the Just Giving, in the PayPal, in Nicola's bank, that when the day comes that she's fit and healthy enough to travel abroad again soon, that she can go over there and she's got enough funds to have the treatment.
So is she looking to be coming back home soon, or?
Sorry?
Is she looking to be coming back home anytime soon? Or is she still over there at the moment?
She's in the UK now.
Oh, okay.
She's in the UK. She's in Queen's Hospital. She's been in Great Ormond Street. They sent her out last week because they said they needed the bed and sent her back to Queen's, where she was sent to Great Ormond Street from. I believe I believe they're at home. I know Nicola's at home for tonight. They got home at 8 o'clock and they've got to be back in the hospital at 8 in the morning. So I've not spoken to her too much there because I was coming to you. I can't imagine for 1 minute that would be without Isla. Nicola wouldn't do that. And so I'm sure Isla's come home with them for the night, which is a good sign. That shows that she's obviously better than she was. She's not relying on hospital and medication from them directly in drip form, whatever, and fit enough to come home for the night. So let's hope there's progression, and she'll go back tomorrow and she'll progress again. And by Friday, she's had a good week, and the levels just keep coming up and up.
I don't know her personally, but she looks like she's got a wicked personality, you know. She looks like a right little character. You know, from some of the videos I've seen where she's been given toys or donated things, it probably breaks my heart, to be fair. I can't hold it back. I wish people could do more, you know, like, I don't know, bro. I just wish we could do more.
She's a cracking little kid, mate, cracking kid. And again, I've had times in the hospital with her where we've been in at 7 in the morning or half 6 in the morning, and it's all quiet, and the nurses are sat around waiting for the children to arrive. And Isla's grabbed me and Nicola and taken us over to the toy thing while Michael's getting us coffees. Thank God for Michael doing the coffee run. And taking us over to the toys. And she loves dinosaurs. So if anyone ever wants to get her anything, get her something to do with dinosaurs.
Okay.
She's sticking dinosaurs on my head and chasing me around with dinosaurs. She's a right little character. If you see her, sadly, and I say this sadly, she's lost her hair again now through chemo. She just got all her hair back. Nicola was telling me how she loves having it blow dried now, and the time come when it was going to fall out again, which it's done through chemo. But if you looked at her 3 months ago, you wouldn't have anything that you know. You wouldn't have thought that of her. She looked well. And let me just quickly tell you, I won't have to go into it. Let me just quickly tell you the pain levels that girl goes through daily. She walked around, or I think I'm right in saying 7 weeks, with a broken button in her knee without complaining, and just walked around, dragging her leg. All she couldn't do was climb up. She walked around, just pulling her leg along with her. That's the pain levels that kid goes through daily, without moaning. Nicola thought that because she's had a spot in her leg, and Nicola thought the cancer in her leg had got more aggressive, and that's what it was. And it was nothing to do with that. It was the fact she had a broken bone in the back of her knee.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's what that girl goes for every day.
Do you think she's kind of like just become immune to the pain because she goes through so much?
Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think she's immune to it. But for the last 4 years, the girls know nothing apart from drugs being pumped into her body. Now, all what she goes through, she's still petrified of needles.
Yeah.
So she's had more needles in her life than I've had in mine. I'm 40 years old. And Nicola has to do her needles. Sometimes I have to hold her down. But the girl goes, but that's probably because every single day, all she's doing is having things stuck in her.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard.
So then, just so anyone who watches this back, so they can understand, these trials, they're in another country, so that's why they have to raise the money so that she can actually go out, get the flight and the hotel. Because people think it's all great, you've got 10 grand here, so you've got the flight money, you've got the house money, but what about the getting back money or the spending money, what you need, and like you said, going through the tolls, it all just goes, bro. Gone before you've even looked at it.
I don't know the exact figure, but each round of treatment, I know Nicola's bill at the hospital once, just before they come back, was something silly like £47,000.
Wow.
And that would have only been for like three or 4 weeks treatment.
So
let's put it this way: if you look at Isla's Just Giving page, I think there's like £580,000 on it.
Wow.
And the target is 600,000. On that note, ignore that figure. That 600,000 is irrelevant. There's no amount that they need because everything's a trial. There's no cure.
Yeah.
So one trial could make her relapse. Just you need another. There's no cure. You have to put in a target, and that's what was put in. So ignore that. The £500,000 you see is there. Ignore that. That's what's been raised in 4 years. What's left is about £140,000. And it sounds a lot of money. Does sound
not when you work at Ivory. When you look, it's nearly 50 grand.
£47,000 for 47 grand for hospital fees for something silly like 3-4 weeks treatment. It don't go very far there.
That's what I was saying. So if you're saying say 50 grand and you've managed to raise 30, we still need another 20 on top just to be able to, you know, when people are seeing that you've raised 26 grand or you've raised this amount, they think, oh wow, we've raised loads. But then when you look at it, the treatment is twice that. So we've raised a certain amount, but you still need more. Like you said, there's no end target here.
There's no limit. You can't put a figure on it. If I told you she needed £1 million, it probably wouldn't be enough. The only thing I will say, whatever is raised, whatever's left over, once I just finished her treatment and she don't need no more, then that money will get put onto the Bradley Lowry Foundation's main page, and the next child will be supported with it.
So is there other children that you know of that you help out with this fundraising as well?
No, and I've got to be honest, I get asked all the time. And I mean it respect. You know, don't forget, I live 2.5 hours away from where Nicola and Isla and that live. I only know them through West Ham and become friends with them that way. I have local people asking me to help their families. I can't do it. She's my priority, and she'll be my priority until Nicola says to me, I don't need you anymore. It's all done. We've raised enough. When that day comes, I'll stop fundraising for her, and I'll look to help someone else. The only other charity I've ever helped is DT38, which is Dylan Tombidis, the lad who played for West Ham, or a young kid who sadly passed away. And I've done a charity boxing event for him, and that was because it was a DT38 event. And Tracy Tombidis, the event organiser, asked me if I'd do it and do a 50-50 split with Dylan and Isla, and that's what I've done it.
Did you win?
I was useless, absolutely useless. Won a belt, terrible. I got grief for that as well.
I'd have thought you look like the type you could box.
Mate, I couldn't throw a fit, let alone a fight. You know what I can do? That's not my scene. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. So then, to end this positively, how can people get involved again, and what have you got coming up in the future in England and obviously in other countries? But what have we got coming up right when the COVID restrictions are lifted, so people can come and help fundraise, or how can people fundraise for you or alongside you? You know, let's just get the support of everybody.
People can do whatever they choose. We've had a guy recently shave his hair off. If you want to step up and do yours, we can help you. And he's raised $2.5 grand doing these. Frankie from the channel done it the other week, shaved his head off on the live stream and got 900 quid.
Yeah.
I've put you in a position there, aren't you thinking?
I'm a rasta man. I'm not really meant to touch my hair, bro. That's a whole different.
There's things like that. People have done sponsored walks, anything like that. We will, as an organisation, we will very soon, once the time's right. We don't want to rush it because we try to make it better and better. We've got another charity football game where we'll be celebrities and ex-West Ham players against Team Isla, which is a team managed by Isla's granddad and uncle and made up of fundraisers and stuff like that. So that will happen, but we'll have a ball once a year. But again, we can't do that until the time's right. Yes, I know things are due open soon, but if we arrange it and do it, and it isn't as good as it can be, people looking for it weren't that good last year, I'm not going to that again. And we won't rush and ruin anything.
I just think it's amazing what you're doing, what Frankie's doing, the whole channel, what the support of the people. I think West Ham fans get a lot of stick, to be fair, but this just shows that we have all got a heart. We might enjoy hating other teams and other teams hate us and blah, blah, blah. That's football. But when it comes to a little girl who's really in need, like I said at the beginning, you've got Millwall fans, you've got Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans. You just said you got a Man City shirt from the game from the other day. Most people haven't got these links, Baz. They ain't able to just do what you can do.
Yeah, all right, that's a fair comment, but that's only coming from me putting myself out, and I'll continue to, and I'll do whatever I can. I won't become a pest. I won't do that. Now, I know my limit. I'll ask once. If it's ignored, then I know it ain't wanted. You know, and I'll give an example, and I mean this with all respect to the guy. John Terry kindly gave his armband, and I messaged him to say, John, I'm going to auction this off to the little girl. Can you share it? And he sent me back, of course, well, no problem. I posted it. He didn't share it, but he commented, nice one, and a thumbs up. So I DM'd him. I said, can you share it? He read the message, didn't respond. To me, he's told me he can't respond. Sure, I respect that. He might have his own charity to do. I respect that. But he's acknowledged it in the post. So I can't keep asking, and I wouldn't. There's a limit. And if you cross that limit, people soon get aggy and you don't get help again. So just respect it. Same with the video with Mark when he sent me the video. Obviously, received snipes and messaged me. And I spoke to him and I asked him on the Tuesday. Of course, we'll send it later. Didn't ask again. Friday morning, it was on my phone. Yeah, mate, put this on.
I think it's pressure though, isn't it? If you pressure people, they ain't gonna do nothing. It's like elastic band or snap.
You push them away. Push them away.
Yeah, that's true.
Push them away. You don't need that. And that's why I tell you, I don't ever ask for their money. I don't want their money. Nicola, don't. Listen, in an ideal world, we'd take £1 million off everyone. We don't live in an ideal world.
Yeah, that's true.
Get the awareness. That's all we want.
Yeah, that's very, very true. But it's been wicked to have you on here.
Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for having us on and letting us share the story, and thanks to all your listeners that have jumped in.
So, do you want to just let people know the links again one more time so they can get it in their brain? Because
I'm only going to tell you the Twitters because I'll forget the others. On Twitter, there's 2 channels to follow: at ISLASFIGHT and at Isla's Army, ISLAARMY.
Okay. And I'm going to speak to my artist and see what videos I can get done for you as well. So you've got a couple of videos from my people. We're going to see, we'll put something on. I've said you off camera, I say it on camera, it can be recorded. Djdaddyuk is fully with you. Vegan Radio is fully with you. You can put my name on anything, bro. I'm fully with you. When lockdown's done, I'm coming to the link to anyway. So. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show, bro. Huh?
Can I put your name on the head shake?
Oh, I don't know about that, bro. It took me so many years to grow my hair. Like that's. I could do my beard.
Listen, I'm joking. Forget that. I'm joking.
I could do my beard. I could probably sacrifice the beard, but the hair's a bit of a touchy subject there.
Mate, I would do my hair, but I ain't got no choice. Look, mine's gone. I've had it. I'm an old man now.
It's alright, bro. It's been good to have you on the show anyway. I've got one brand new song that I had sent to me the other day by an artist called Natty Shaw. It's called Cries. I'm going to dedicate this one to Isla. So people, you've been live with Djdaddyuk alongside Bass. And yo, you know the settings.
Well, this is not Sean big enough that the UK. Straight out of the UK. Saying, righteousness will say. Alright, big up yourself, my channel. Daddy UK, yeah, Christ. Christ, Daddy okay, yeah, Christ, oh Christ, 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 Daddy okay, yeah, Christ, oh Christ, 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 Christ. Every day we rise up problems. World atrocities that never want end. Leaders of the world can't seem to solve them. When I then create a problem, this has to be the worst of men, cause them hallelujah love mayhem. Father, please bless us out of this realm. I listen to the UK when in voice again. Christ, Christ.
Alright, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Show's finished now. That was wicked. That was, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Top man.
Yeah. I remember what I said as well about the dance, bro. Maybe we can set something up for when lockdown's lifted. I'll come and travel down and play some music or something. Maybe we can put a fun day on. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, we're sure definitely, mate.
I've just sent you the link for the Instagram as well, so it's shared on IGTV. You had like 170 people at one point, you know, just locked on. Apparently 180 people watched that video.
Cool. Nice one.
So, yeah.
Alright, mate.
Alright, then. I'll leave you to it. Alright, bro. Thank you for making it longer as well, because you actually managed to long out the time, you know. I'm just saying, talk for hours, but what you doing? You're a star, bro, if you really are, man.
Nice one, means a lot, mate.
Shall I send this link to Nicola, or shall I wait for you to do that? Or
No, just put it on Instagram story, tag me and Nicola on it, and I'll shoot.
it won't let me put it on the story because it's like 2 hours long. Story's like 30 seconds, isn't it?
Just put it.
I've sent you the link in your inbox on Instagram. So maybe. Alright, bro. Take care, yeah? Alright, bless you. Yo, bro, you good?
Yeah, man. You know, some more will I reason with you.
Go on.
But more connect up with the Cayman Rasta.
I don't know. I don't speak to no one at the moment. I can't even see it.
Yeah, man. I know, man. Anyone Rasta that will a reason. But we did want to talk to you. We did want to travel with a reason together.
Okay.
So, I want to come and to that on Instagram. I understand how to do this shit.
Can you add people? Wait there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out the add there.
I can't see you now, bro. I can't see you.
Unless that would be on video, I guess, then.
Yeah, your camera's off. Yeah, no, I can see you.
Okay. So, or you add somebody add.
We'd have to go on Zoom, bro. Oh, man.
Okay.
I'm good, man. You? Yeah, bro, because I've been... Them parents just diss me, innit? Oh, John Niceness. I've known Ragazzi for nearly 10 years, yeah? I said to him, you wanna diss me over a man who's been in my life for a week? That's fine. So as far as I know, they're still doing that podcast, which is my idea, which if they do, I'll sue them. Because it was my idea, remember? Nah. What? Yeah, let me take... I spoke to him once, bro. He basically, I tried to speak to him. I said to him, the man was going to take the idea. So if that's the case, why didn't we come up with an idea like A, D, fucking F, so FAD, R, C. You get them, make a name out of it, boom. We're all part of it. Alright, because I took my headphones out. Yeah, so me and Ragga don't really speak no more, bro. I was talking to him, and he was saying to me, the way you treat the man, the way you treat him. I said, listen to me. The fact of the matter is, he wanted to run with the idea, that I came up with. I sat and talked to my partner about getting a fucking place to do a podcast, yeah? That's what the whole idea was. Djdaddyuk UK's podcast. Podcast Sundays, believe it or not. Because that's the only fucking day I've got off, yeah? So I spoke to him about it. We did the first show, which didn't really work out because we had some satanic idiot on there. Then I spoke to Chip Tooth. Apparently, I spoke to him in the wrong way because I meant to be speaking like a pussy. Because if I book upon a person in real life, I don't think I ain't going to speak to them the same way, but I'm a maniac. Like, they don't know what they're dealing with, innit? Rastafari is the only thing that keeps me calm. The way he spoke to me, bro, said, yo, man, not interested in the fucking podcast, DJ Daddy. Go fuck on yourself. I said, yo, cussing me a big bumper like this and bumper like that. I said, bro, my people are sleeping, innit? My family's sleeping, so you can cut that right out. He said, you could have dealt with him differently. I said, look, I'm going to deal with nobody differently. If they're trying to take my idea, I'm dealing with them that way, innit? I tried it the nice way. It didn't work out. The man said he was carrying on with that CTRL, TG, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know what it is. It's crap. His music's shit. That Unity is mixed wrong. Not Unity. That fucking Wagwan General. It's out of time. It's mixed wrong. Let me show you, bro, because none of you even know that I can sing in it. You ready? I'm just a simple humble man. I mean, I'll power Babylon. And when we give her to the father, once he put up me hand, tried to rust the land, a big spliff in me, and the women in her like a pashy watch mix like a dan. See me on the land, you asking daddy, oh, me time. Put me off your so that me for stack a couple grand. So that's the other plan. Put me on Europe because a man is just a man, and where they call me UK daddy. A long time me to make the girl happy. I be tuned to beat in the lobby. I'm a me hustle, I'm not hurt nobody where they call me. They call me UK daddy. A long time me to make the girl happy. I be tuned to beat in the lobby. I'm a me hustle, I'm not hurt nobody. Me not with them. I really rest I'm in a par with them. You couldn't catch me in a bar with them. Not to pig and no shed the scarf for them. So why the fuck them when I fingers in a war for them? Red like God, I'm in a par with a funny man. Don't with me that. Long time me have to let me man at 12 tribes. I'm stepping out the Babylon. Boom, boom, boom. As me beat, drop me Congo drum. Yo, they don't know like that lyrics, bro. I'm not shit like Chip Tooth. I'm sick. Like, bad. Yo. Let me check something. The sound might change, but I want to see if we can get this through the microphone. Because if I can get it through the microphone, I'll just start doing the podcast. You think I need that pussy or you might?
No.
There's some mad interference there. Wait there. That's in this room. What's going on here? Oh, it's that. No, it's not. Some mad feedback. Is that on your? He's muted himself again, man. You're both muted. Yo.
Just unmute the mic when you are the back.
Yo.
Right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right, let me set this right. Because if we can get this right, you know, I can do this podcast. Us three. Let me check it. Yeah. Let me record this. Right. Doesn't matter about you banging and bashing in the background, bro. It's fine. Let me just come off all these programs because I don't want to stream it. That's done.
All right.